Hello book lovers, and welcome back or welcome to Nat Cat's Bookish Cafe. Today I am here to do my winter TBR. Alright guys, so the decorations aren't really giving a winter, but today is only the 8th of November, and I'm kind of the type of person who waits until after Thanksgiving to put up my Christmas decorations, so we still have a few days with these, which is fine by me because they are honestly my favorite decorations. But despite that, we are going to be looking at the 10 books that I am hoping to read in the winter season, which for me is December, January, and February. We have a mix of some physical books as well as some Kindle books. I have some books that are just giving me wintry vibes that I would like to get to. We have a couple books that were on my want to read list earlier this year that I'm still trying to squeeze in last minute. And we also have some KU books because I am hoping to get KU in the month of February. And these are just some that I would like to prioritize. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and jump right into that list. If you have watched my end of year book tag, some of these books may be familiar, including this book, which is The Winter Duke by Claire Eliza Bartlett. This book is definitely on here because of the cover and the title. We are following a woman who is not really interested in ruling the kingdom or anything. She's very interested in being a scholar, and once her brother is named the heir of their ice palace, then she takes that as the opportunity to leave this life behind. However, her family falls under some sort of sleeping spell and she is the only one who remains awake. She obviously gains the title of Duke and heir to the throne, as well as her brother's warrior bride. So this is a sapphic novel. I feel like this book is going to have magic and politics in it as our character learns to wield her magic, how to be the ruler of this kingdom, as well as to take on outside challengers. So I believe this is YA, and I'm hoping it'll be a relatively easy read, but it'll also give me those winter vibes. The next book on this list is The Bear and the Nightingale by Catherine Arden. This is a book that I have been wanting to pick up for quite a while, but it's definitely giving winter vibes, so I have been saving it. In this book, we are following a young woman called Vasilisa, and she lives in the Russian countryside. One day, her father brings home a new wife who is very devoted to a religion that is not the religion that that village is upholding. However, it seems that the villagers start to be converted to this new religion, and therefore the gods that had previously been protecting this village are no longer there to protect them, and it's up to her character to save her village and family. Despite not being religious myself, I do enjoy religious themes within my story. And I also feel that because I enjoyed Naomi Novik's work, that I will enjoy this as well. It seems to be giving off similar vibes, and I just noticed that Naomi Novik actually has a quote on the back of the book, so that only solidifies that belief. So hopefully, like so many people before me, I love this story. Up next, we have the two books that I had on my annual list of books that I want to read that I haven't gotten to yet. There is more than these two books, but these are just the two that I really want to prioritize at this point. The first being A Lady for a Duke by Alexis Hall. This is a bit of a chonker, to be honest, which is probably one of the reasons I've been a little too intimidated to pick it up, despite the fact that like everyone who reads it gives it like 5 stars. So I'm definitely late to the party with this book. In this book, we are following a trans woman who, when hearing that she died in the war, took this opportunity to fake their death and come back as a woman. I believe they then reacquaint themselves with an old friend and a relationship develops from there. I have to admit, I don't know much else. I'm assuming there has to be something else going on in here for it to be this long, but I am totally fine going into this book relatively blind, and hopefully, like everyone else, I give it a 5 stars. This is a 5-star prediction for me after all. The other book from that list that I still want to get to is Hail Mary, or Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. This is a sci-fi story from an author I've previously read and enjoyed. This book seems to get even more love than his other story, The Martian, so I'm really excited to check it out. We seem to be following a man who wakes up on, I believe, a spaceship, and he's not really sure who he is, how he got there, but it seems that he has been given the mission to save the world, which is a lot of pressure on a very confused man. I have heard wonderful things about a side character that is present here. I don't remember if it was a robot or an alien or what, but it seems to have pretty good humor within the story, which is something I experienced in Andy Weir's story previously and really enjoyed. I am a little intimidated by it just because his books can be pretty sci-fi heavy, but I do think he makes it very consumable for your everyday person. Book number 5 and the final physical book on this list is The Ghost Bride by Yangze Chu. This is a book where I heard good things about it from Reagan at Prue's Project. I just feel like this book is giving off Christmas vibes. We all know that sometimes ghost stories are pretty popular around Christmas time, and also just the cover and the colors is just giving holiday vibes to me. We are following a young woman who is part of a family that is facing bankruptcy, and in order to help her family with finances, she considers taking an offer to be a wealthy family's dead son's ghost bride, meaning that she would marry a man who is dead. The synopsis says, as she reluctantly considers the offer, Li Lan is unwillingly drawn into the shadowy parallel world of the Chinese afterlife, with its ghost cities and vengeful spirits. There, Li Lan must uncover the Lim family's darkest secrets and the truth about her own family before she is trapped in this ghostly world forever. So that just sounds really intriguing to me. I'm definitely hoping to get to this around Christmas to give me those ghosty vibes that you get from stories like A Christmas Carol. The next book on this list is a book that I bought on my Kindle. I believe it's just a novella, and it's called The Prince's Dearest Guards by Bo Van Dalen. And this is a queer polyamorous story featuring a trans prince who is really hoping to find love, but unfortunately he's relatively shy and so has been struggling with that endeavor. His kingdom has a tradition where the prince sets out on a journey to slay or find a magical creature, and he does this with 2 very handsome guards who are assigned to him, and obviously on that journey the 3 of them start to get close. This was a story that I kept seeing pop up on my Instagram, and I do like trans representation as well as polyamorous relationships, so I figured I would give it a try. I am a little nervous that it's a novella. Novellas usually aren't my favorite unless they're attached to a full-length novel, but we will see how it goes. I'm really excited to read this. Every time I see it, I'm like, I want to pick you up. So I have officially bought it, and we'll hopefully be getting to it in the next few months. The next book on this list is actually the only audiobook on this list, and it's one I'm planning on reading for sure in January when the next Squashette series round is coming, and that is Into the Riverlands by Niveau, which is the 3rd book in the Singing Hills cycle. This is a series that follows a cleric, however you say that, and they are part of a abbey that is collecting stories from all around the kingdom, country, the land, whatever you want to call it. And each story so far has been them listening to someone else's story. And it seems in this one they are heading to the Riverlands to learn more about some almost immortal martial artists that are haunting this area, and they end up interacting with some people in that area. And that's all I know. These stories are super short, so I don't really read the synopsis too in depth because obviously I don't want to know too much. I mean, for most parts, each audiobook is only like a couple of hours long. I have been enjoying the series. Like I said, novellas aren't really my favorite, so I never rate them too highly just because I never really have the time to fully settle into the story. But I do find them a really relaxing experience to listen to, so I am looking forward to continuing the series. Next, we're gonna go into the 3 books from KU that I want to get to. The first one is a bit of a chunker. I think the Kindle version might be over 500 pages, and that is The Blood We Spill by Jo Haven. I believe this is the start of a series, a sci-fi series, and also a sapphic series. In this book, we are following a woman who is one of the 5 assassins who is serving the prince under the cruel king. Once the prince becomes the king, they will rule by his side. She's considered a slave. However, as far as slave life goes, she's got it pretty good. She can go to whatever planet she wants, all the parties she wants, all the women she wants. She can have it. She's living a pretty good life. But one day she messes up pretty big on an assignment and has a witness to this. This is a woman I believe she's hoping to take care of, but instead ends up forming a relationship with her and forming a very strong bond. And from there, I'm assuming it gets pretty political. Once again, not looking too deep into the synopsis of this book. Honestly, this cover was what grabbed me. This cover is so stunning, and I am trying to pick up more sapphic books, so this will definitely help with that. But I'm super excited to check it out, and fingers crossed that I really enjoy it. I have not really heard anyone talking about it. It does have under 500 ratings on Goodreads, but its average rating is over a 4.0, so optimistic, but a little scared by the length of the story. The second to last book is Redemption by Kenya Wright, and this is a holiday romance because I believe it takes place over Christmas. So reading it in February might be a little late, but it is what it is. In this book, we are following a man who used to be a part of the mafia. However, after his family was killed off, he left that life behind and has been, I'm assuming, in hiding ever since. He's very much a recluse. However, one day during a snowstorm, a woman and her 2 children end up stranded at his house. He and this woman seem to have a connection. However, she has a rather brutal man in her past that she and her children are on the run from. This doesn't scare our character, obviously, coming from a crime family, and he is more than happy to take care of her problem if it gives him the opportunity to be part of her family. So I have a feeling this book is going to be both kind of gory from the synopsis as well as maybe sweet, considering it's set at Christmas time and it is a romance as well. And I'm just really excited to get to this book. I've wanted to get to it for a couple years now, and hopefully this February when I pick up KU, where this book I believe is, I will actually read it this time. The final book on this list is Cinnamon Roll by Anna Szabo, and this is a male-male romance with BDSM themes. I do every now and then enjoy picking up a book with BDSM in it, so this book definitely caught my attention. We seem to have 2 men who have been interested in each other for quite a while, but both of them seem not to realize that the other shares their feelings. One of the characters, Max, has been jumping from crappy man to crappy man and has put out a request for someone to help him with his BDSM demos that he is doing. Someone who is not a jerk like his past partner, someone he can feel really safe with. And Tom, being a Dom, decides that this is his opportunity to get in with Max. And it just kind of goes from there. I'm assuming that it'll be just a sweet, steamy time, which is exactly what I will be looking for in February, the month of Valentine's Day and love. All right, guys, so those are the 10 books that I am really looking forward to getting to in the next 3 months. Let me know if you have read any of these and what you thought of them. I would also love to know what books you are hoping to read this winter season. As always, thank you so much for supporting my channel by watching my videos, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!